my job is as a marketing consultant is I tell stories. So I think I just reached a point in my life where I was like, do I really want to tell stories for companies, or I want to tell stories about my continent and my
Yeah.
people? And then so I was like, okay, let me quit. I quit, and then I went to Algiers to have a break. And in Algiers, it was the uprising happening,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it was so inspiring. And this is where I got the inspiration of like, but then let me tell my story.
Before we go to the story, it's Besma, right? That's her
Yes,
name. So what
yes.
is Besma? Because I see that everywhere. I was like, I tried to Google it, just like trying to see what it is. I was like, I thought like you was like you was protesting with people. I was like, I don't even know she's doing politics now. Or I'm confused. Is it Besma? I don't know if it's a city, if it's a movement, if it's your name or something. What it is like for real?
All right. Now, Besma in Arabic, in Algerian Arabic,
Yeah,
to be more accurate, means a smile.
smile. All right.
Smile. In Arabic, and we call the uprising in Algeria that lasted for a year, we call it the Smile Revolution. Thawra Ibtisama. So
Yeah,
I thought Besma was really like honoring what was happening, the optimism, the positivity of a youth and a nation believing that something better is possible. So that's why when I started the web series of like selecting young people and their inspiring stories, initially the name I wanted to call it was The Heroes.
all right.
And then I was like, well, it's a bit boring. And it's not like, it's not really, it's not
Mm.
cool. And then I brainstormed with locals and stuff, and they're like, no, let's call it BESMA. And I'm like, yeah, that's perfect. It sounds international. It's smile. It's the synonym of the revolution that happened. So BESMA. And then boom. I think it's because I live in Dubai for quite a while now. I see what a country can achieve the moment they have a vision at the top.
Yeah.
Like when you look at it, United Arab Emirates 40 years ago, what was a sandpit. That's all it was.
Mm.
Look at what it is now. And I'm like, if this is possible here, why it isn't possible in my continent?
You think
And
being in Dubai actually changed the way of maybe doing that project, changing the way of seeing Africa? Like you have a different view of Africa right now.
I my view of Africa was always like, I always knew there's so much to say. Like I always knew that I had a thing on my Instagram right before Besma was, we shall tell our own story. Hashtag Magic Africa. I
Yeah.
started it years ago. So I always knew we've been screwed anyway. Our history, heritage, civilization, empires been taken away from all history books. So I always knew that we had a lot of work to do on that. Did I know that I would be involved in that? No. It's just like the Algerian movement of like the what was going on. Me being an Algerian, believing in it, I just started. And then developing BESMA across African countries is a result of COVID. Initially, I was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a web series about Algeria. I was like, there's so many things to say about that country. I'm gonna show Algeria to the world, blah blah blah. But then I did the second episode, then COVID closed the border. Until
Yeah.
now, Algerian borders are closed, so I couldn't go back to Algeria. And then I was like, well, a country with a lot of potential on the ground and dinosaurs at the top is not only my country.
Yeah. Yeah. But the thing
It's
is, like, are you kind of done with Nigeria, or you have a lot of things you want to carry on there in terms of like basement, like you want to do
no,
another
I think
part?
now, I live with the moment. I think
Okay.
like I live with the moment, and now COVID has told me you cannot go back to Algeria. So I'm like, okay, fine. You know what? Besma is for Africa, and I'm going to develop the concept across Africa. And now that I did that, because this summer I was on a break and I was like, okay, let me work on my concept that I have, because I'm sitting on something. Like I'm having a concept, people loves it. I have like 75,000 views on my channel
You have to
with two
keep the
videos.
business going. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nothing. Two videos. I have almost 5,000 subscribers. So there's an appetite for it. And I started developing it across various African countries. And when I arrived in Abidjan, Ivory Coast, like I literally messaged people saying, I'm Besma producer. This is what I did. I sent the trailer of the second episode. And people are like, I'm with you. I want to be
Yeah, it's
part of it.
impressive. It's impressive. Like,
Yeah,
especially
like
the
so
trailer.
I'm like,
When I said, I was like, whoa, I can't believe she did it. Like, I was very proud and impressed, by your work, like for real. And
yeah.
and the thing is, so as you say, like you actually just live, for the moment, like whatever you feel, you just do it. I think that's the reason why whatever you're doing is actually working.
Oh,
And
maybe.
do people get in touch with you, like like people even in Nigeria, or like people that saw that? Did people call you? They're like, oh, you know what, we want to talk to you or something like that. Did you have some phone calls?
I had so few medias. Yeah, I had like a few medias that reached out to me. But the thing is, I'm still on a very early stage
Mm.
of my platform. So I have been contacted. So France 24 24 mentioned.
Yeah.
I did a radio podcast also with like a French radio. So I'm having few interests. In Ivory Coast, I met with the big TV, local TV, live TV.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, like people are like, what is she doing? What is this chick
Yeah,
doing?
this thing, yeah, that's